made
YouTuber,
38 million on YouTube.
38 million. But you don't lead with money.
No, not really.
You just make money by default of
I hate to say it, but kind of, yeah. I don't focus on money first. It just so happens that, like, in my philosophy of how I create, I just so happen to find success. Also, my manager has made some decisions that are like, oh, it works. So it's one of those things. But at the same time, like with Udon Saunas, one of the sides that we don't talk about is that the merch side of it was incredibly successful. It was actually, I didn't even really want to do merch at first. I was like, oh, it's robbing from the meaning. And then the merch sales started going up. And it was like,
wow. We should do merch.
There was a time during the live stream where it ended where we...
Markiplier is such a good guy. He would never get a $3 million mansion. I agree.
Had bought... Our merch company had bought every single black hoodie in America. Every single one at that time. It took 5 months to fulfill every order from that live stream.
Oh my God.
God damn, bro. And that does sound familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. And
That's
again,
crazy.
it's like I never in any way of this idea was money the first priority of it. And obviously, like, I have enough money. I don't need more money. And I donate a lot of the money that I get to charity. But it's at the same time, these ideas that lean more into these creative and letting go and these kinds of things that are more one-off things and more catered towards an emotion and not really a payoff of like good content. They can be incredibly successful if business is your strategy.
Can you run me through your revenue streams?
My revenue streams?
Yeah.
And exact revenues.
And then
Yeah.
can you
your tax strategy.
give me money?
I could.
Yes.
Are you need help? I can help you. Is your addiction that bad? So there's my YouTube channel. There's like Cloak, Distractable, Go, various brand deals that I do.
No merch?
I give most of my merch that I do, that goes straight to charity.
Okay.
So I made that commitment like a few years
Because you're on that list every year, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's hard to do as well.
Is it mostly ad rev? Is the majority of that ad rev?
Mostly ad rev, brand deals. I know there's something I'm forgetting, but again, this is like how not closely I look at the money.
Yeah.
I have investments that I make and they've done well, and it's like I don't even know how they calculate that number because
I don't either.
I don't even follow it really.
No,
that
I
closely.
I don't know how they calculate. I think it might be on your tax returns.
Probably.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Is that public?
I think so.
It's just one of those things where I was like, I have enough, and basically my personal account, I pay myself through my company, and that's more than enough than I would ever need in my life. I said this while I was talking to Anthony Padilla, is just like, I make an ungodly amount of money, and it feels unfair. And I'm open to talk about it because it just seems like such a cheat of the system to be able to have this much success when really all I want to do is make content and inspire others to make content. But at the same time, it's something I can't deny because to deny it would be a hypocritical thing to do. It's just stupid when I have what I have and I'm able to do what I do and I'm able to eat, have a roof over my head, able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. The next thing I do is just like give it away to people that need it, or try to invest in my friends to be able to lift them up, and hopefully they find success, and other people that inspire me so that they can move forward. But again, it's like, at what point does it become too much?
All these revenue streams. What do you mean he is doing that? But his content is like, I get where he's coming from, but that's how he makes the money. The content is what generates revenue for him. Because like, why do people get so upset when content creators are successful? This is something I've thought about a lot. I think it's because a lot of people are suffering, or one, there's two reasons. One, envy, obviously, jealousy, normal experience. Most people feel it. And two, a lot of content creators are Normans. We're not like built brands or products that are readily consumable by the broadest majority of the audience, like Hollywood celebrities are. So that's why they're like, we're so accessible, and We don't get the fucking shape up that like every Hollywood celebrity does. Okay. Test 1, 2, 3. Test XQC. What? He probably does have some trauma, but regardless, the point I was going to make here is that these content creators, influencers, YouTubers are closer to the average person, like the Norman, and they oftentimes live like a fucking Norman. You know what I mean? So for that reason, regardless of the ungodly amounts of money that content creators might make, people look at that and go, I could be like that guy. Okay? So what the fuck? Why does he have what I don't? You know what I mean? What does he have that I don't have? Fuck that guy. That's where it comes from. Because they like see, I think they see the luck playing a factor in this situation. And it's like more readily available to them. They see it, and then they just get mad about it. Almost like another media cast, like how there used to be D-list, how people are ranked, etc. Undeserving of success for doing something that's easy is what they think. Yeah. Also, people are poor while some people are making 10x more than they need is not just jealousy and envy for some. No, I agree. I do recognize that. I mean, I agree. I don't disagree with you. I think that it is insane amounts of money. He agrees. But the question wasn't why are people immediately readily yelling at these guys? The question also is why are people yelling at these guys and not like fucking Joe Schmo, Brad Pitt, or any other fucking celebrity superstar? And that's because when you yell about fucking Angelina Jolie, she's not going to hear that. She doesn't give a fuck. She's living in a fucking chateau with like 11 children, dog. Okay? She's like a deity at this point. You understand? Meanwhile, YouTube celebrities are just fucking dickheads. And Twitch celebrities are even bigger dickheads than YouTube celebrities. Okay? That's it. That's the main difference between someone who is like a musician or someone who is an artist or a Hollywood celebrity and someone who is not. People who are on the internet, people who are e-celebs are closer to the average person, and that's true because they don't have like a gigantic fucking they don't have like gigantic teams that have completely removed them from this earth. Some people do that. You know what I mean? It's just they're not as out of touch. YouTube celebrities, Twitch celebrities, like e-celebrities are sometimes super out of touch, but they're not as out of touch. And they're not as far removed from like the Norman existence. You know? Nobody at the end of the day is saying anything about the money Harry Styles makes. Exactly. People don't even say that about Markiplier. The only reason why people in this chat are now chiming in about Markiplier is because the title of this YouTube video is how Markiplier made $38 million on YouTube. That's it. I've never heard a motherfucker be like, yo, Mr. Beast is making too much money. Markiplier is making too much money. They don't even say that about them. And the reason is because it's just not like it's in front of you. That's it. So you're saying YouTube/content creators are easier to bully? Yes, because our content is like the way we make content, okay? The way e-celebrities make content for the most part, especially Twitch, is with a back and forth, a steady, constant flow of communication with an audience. It relies on a back and forth with the audience itself. You can directly comment on it and have feedback on your comment. But yeah, say that about Nicole Kidman. Good luck. She's not going to hear it. She doesn't give a fuck. She's sleeping on a fucking pile of dollary dues. Says you ignore us all the time. I wish I ignored you motherfuckers more. Probably think YouTube celebrities do less labor than people like Harry Styles, but in reality, they probably do way more labor than regular celebrities. 100%. E-celebs, for the most part, are unironically like YouTubers and I mean, it depends. It's so different. It's such a broad range, but a lot of people end up unironically doing like e-celebs end up unironically doing a lot more fucking of the workload themselves than people that are placed into a machine, basically. People are quick to get jealous and say, I can do that, but can't even commit an hour a day to the gym. I mean, it's not just that, man. There's a lot going on, okay? It is a lottery, for sure. Industry celebrities are literally deified through every single facet of the media. And yes, a lot of people who think they're above that kind of consumption, a lot of people who think that they're above that are not. That's the reason why you are literally going and waiting in a line for 14 hours to kiss the queen's feet, okay? To stare at like an empty coffin. Because you are socially conditioned. You're not above propaganda. You're not above PR. You're not above marketing. You're not above everyone fucking telling you that a thing is supposed to be a certain way.